Okay, so I'm covering the Jack and Lilly Sullivan, and this case is just getting very interesting. Hey, Poppy, I want you guys to know that I did change up some of the moderators. Poppy, you are my main moderator. I want you to know that. Nobody needs to take it personal if they were unmodded. I just want to say that I'm just reassessing my mods, and because a lot of people that I have as mods don't come over here that much or aren't in chat. Uh, and some people I unmodded because I had them as main moderators and I needed to change that. I'm not going to go back through and show any of my old stuff to remod them. So yeah. And if some people only came here because I made them mods, I don't know what to say. Hey, Stein Eric, how are you? So let me show you guys a picture of Jack and Lily. Now, I have been covering this case from the beginning, and this case is wild, you guys. This case is wild. So let me give you a rundown on who these kids are. They are from Gairloch Road in Lansdowne Station, Nova Scotia. Now, look, the more that I've looked into this case, the more I wonder if the children wasn't missing long time before, a way long time before they even reported them missing. Last time I talked about them, I did have somebody in my chat that pointed that out. But they had felt like they were made to walk to school, but school wasn't in session at the time. So 6-year-old Lily Sullivan and her 4-year-old brother Jack were reported missing around 10 a.m. on May 2nd, 2025. According to their mother, Malaya Brooks Murray, she woke up that morning to the sound of children playing in the next room. I'm sorry, I don't believe that. She briefly fell back asleep, but upon waking again, she discovered they were no longer in the house and she called 911. I don't believe that. Hey, cutie pie, how are you? How are you? How are you? H, don't be upset that I unmodded you. I adore you, okay? I adore you. So don't think of it as anything bad. Nothing bad, okay? For sure. I'm just reassessing reassessing. But like I said, Poppy is my main moderator. And she always will be. Okay, so I don't believe that. I don't believe that. So we're going to go down through the timeline. Hey, Gabby. So we're going to go down. Hey, Zena, good to see you. We're going to go down this timeline because I'm learning things as everybody else is learning things. I believe that they were missing long before that they said. Now, the stepfather has been coming out, doing interviews, says that he wants the kids found. He will take a lie detector test. The weird thing about that, the thing that stands out to me about that, the mother leaves immediately. The mother takes the youngest child with her. he goes to Child Protective Services to try to see his daughter. The youngest one is Daniel Martel's daughter. They would not let him see her. That is strange to me. Why? Why could he not see his youngest child? Does that make sense? Does any of that make sense? Thank you, Poppy. I'm going to pin that. Not that it makes a difference, but you've been doing puppies and old dogs. It's okay, Zena. There's nothing wrong with puppies and dogs. Little critters, nothing wrong with it. Okay, so the stepfather, of course, has been doing interviews, has been going out there saying that he will do anything to, no, you didn't do anything wrong, H. You didn't do anything wrong at all. Don't think that. For real. You really didn't. Okay? So, like I said, don't take it personally. Okay, I thought Chad wanted something. Oh, hang on. Okay, never mind. Okay, so he's out here doing these news interviews and saying, I'll take a lie detector test, I'll do whatever I need to do. He described Lily and Jack as awesome kids. Said Jack loves bugs and dinosaurs, where Lily loved girly things. He said brother and sister were like best friends. Now, Lily and Jack were moved to Daniel Martel's home 2 years prior. She was a stay-at-home mom. He worked at a local sawmill, but he kind of got laid off. They didn't have a lot of work, and he was not at work on that Friday. Thank you, H. Thank you. So, Malaya, I don't even know how to say her name, Malaya, family members raised concern about the possibility that the kids could have been abducted. They wanted to expand the search area to include provincial borders and transportation hubs, which there's nothing wrong with that. There is nothing wrong with the family being concerned that the children had been picked up by unsavory characters, right? As a First Nations Canadian, I won't speculate with this family. I'm certain the law will figure it out. Oh, yes, I agree, Zena. What do you mean when back to summer? Is that the only reason you come over here, Stein Eric? I don't talk about summer all the time over here, but you're more than welcome to come back when I am. Okay? Yeah, I didn't know a whole bunch about it either, Debbie. That's why I wanted to catch up with it now. And okay, so we can understand that, right? We can understand that. I mean, I would hope that something like that would never happen in my family or anyone's that I know's family, but I would absolutely want law enforcement to immediately start checking out the borders and transportation hubs. And I mean, my opinion, not that I'm talking about summer, but they should have done that right away with summer too, which they did very quickly when they issued the Amber Alert, if that makes sense. So the family members are the ones who raise concerns. And I'll show you guys a map of the place here in just a minute. So let's get into the timeline. And if anybody's heard anything about this case, you know, I know that prison down the highway and a homeless encampment, that could mean, well, I don't know if a prison being down the road could mean anything. But see, Zena, didn't they say that the road that was close to the home, and I'll show you guys some pictures of the house here in a minute, that there wasn't a lot of traffic on that road? That's what they said, right? Is that what they said? Okay, so let's go down the timeline here. Now, Tuesday, April 29th was the last day that the bus driver dropped the kids off at home. So they were seen on the 29th. The bus driver dropped them off at the house. There was no school on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Now, Friday's when they went missing, May 2nd. They had kept Lily home from school because she had a cough. So let's get into Friday, May 2nd. At 10 a.m., they were reported missing by the mother. They were last seen playing in the yard. Now, the mom's statement was they were outside playing, but we weren't aware of it at the time. Next thing we knew, it was quiet. Now, I do know that there were neighbors who said that the whole time that they lived there, they never seen the children. One reported, and I have to say it's hearsay, that there was a lot of traffic at that home. And they actually believed that the home was kind of a trap house, right? Hey, wee darling. That is what they're saying. Now, if that is true, you guys, that takes on a whole different, that takes the case to a different stage. If that is true and those things were happening at that home, can we look at the possibility that these kids were taken for nefarious reasons? Yes, we can. Okay. So at 10 is when she called. And like I said, for some reason, and I don't know why, I just get the feeling that the kids had been missing a lot longer than what they're saying, right? I still, in the back of my mind, I'm like, that is a substance house, Debbie. It's where people go and they hang out and they do substances and all kinds of stuff. That is what they call Dawn and Candace's house. That is what they were saying was Dawn and Candace's house also. So at 11 is when they issued the vulnerable missing persons advisory. They were asking public's assistance in locating Lily and 4-year-old Jack. And I should have done a banner with their information on it. I apologize. But what they say is 6-year-old Lily Sullivan has shoulder length, light brown hair with bangs, may be wearing a pink sweater, pink pants, and pink boots. Jack has short blondish hair and was last seen wearing blue dinosaur boots. Further clothing details are unavailable. I will give you the number to contact if you have any relevant information. The Pictou County District RCMP at 902-485-4333 or Nova Scotia Crime Stoppers toll free at 1-800-222-TIPS, which is 8477. You can submit a secure web tip at Crime Stoppers. Okay. And there is a file number for it. The file number is 2025-580096. Okay, so mom calls at 10. At 5 o'clock that evening, they're looking for him. Okay. I want to get a picture. Let me get a picture. Okay. This is a picture of the property. Now we see this fence, right? And could they have gotten out of the fence? Yes, they could have. But what interested them to get them out of the fence? Because are they not autistic? Are they not autistic? The dispatch call says 8 a.m. they were last seen in the house. Yes, because she didn't call 911 right away. Stepdad said he immediately got in his vehicle to go look. And this is weird to me. Undiagnosed. Thank you, cutie pie. Yeah, they called at 10 o'clock. No, I'm not saying they started looking right away, but the full-blown search started around 5 o'clock. So, let me find out where I was at. So, at 5, there is multi-agency response. And they are looking for these kids. That begins at 5. 5:27 is when a broadcast intrusive alert was issued. The search efforts had began immediately. At 6 o'clock, okay. At 6 o'clock, the dogs are out. The dogs are there. The dogs are searching. They are briefing the families, with the progress. Now, by the end of the day on Friday, now this is weird. By the end of the day on Friday, family members started, tensions were running high between family members. Some relatives from the mother's side accused the stepfather, Daniel Martell, of being involved. Why would they do that? Why would they immediately start accusing this stepdad, Daniel Martell? What had happened previously in that relationship that said to the mother's side of the family, he's not treating my grandkids, my niece, nephew, whatever. Something made them do that. What? What would have made them do that? So, stepdad tells it that they're out in the yard or whatever. Next thing he knows, the mother and his little baby daughter are in the back of an ambulance. They leave with the mother. They leave with her mother. He stated after the children vanished, their mother left to stay with her family elsewhere in the province and since has blocked him on social media. Why? So the mother immediately leaves the area. The mother immediately leaves the area. Make that make sense, right? Yes. Stepdaddy said that actually Lily had come into the bedroom. Lily had come into the bedroom, right? A couple of times. Obviously, he didn't pay her much attention because he says that they went out the sliding glass door. Now, I know some people are like, no, sliding glass doors make a lot of noise. It depends. I would think it would depend. This is just my opinion. If it was a newer sliding glass door, not being able to hear it, or it being loud, I mean, if it's older, right? Yes, there is a third child. There is a third child. There was an argument in the yard that day. Martell said, because allegedly his mom lived on the property. My mother had to kick some people off the property because they were accusing me of being involved when I'm the only one still here fighting for them. That's what he said. Everybody left. 20 minutes down the road or not 20 minutes down the road. But, in the camper, I'm going to show a bigger picture. I got more pictures, you guys. I'm just trying to get through the story here because they still have not been found. Last time I checked, anyway. So they, at 4:00, they issued the emergency alert regarding missing vulnerable children. At this time, they still believe that they went missing on May 2nd, like mom and stepdad said. I don't understand why. Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me back this up a little bit. I want to see something. On the 2nd, at 10 a.m., they were reported missing. Why did they wait? This is the thing. I'm sorry. If there was a child missing, I wouldn't wait 5 freaking minutes to call 911. I would call 911 immediately. Then, if I did find him, I would just tell 911, thank goodness I found them. They are here safe and sound. Why do these parents wait hours? Interesting, right? Doesn't make any sense to me. And also, what is up with parents who claim that their children are autistic, but they never have them diagnosed by a physician saying they're autistic? That kind of drives me crazy. But then again, who am I? Okay. This is what Daniel Martell says. In the early morning, Lily came into the room multiple times while Jack was playing in the kitchen. How did he know Jack was playing in the kitchen? I believe they said they heard him. He believes the children quietly opened the back sliding door and went outside. Their boots were found beside the door. So, are you telling me these kids didn't have any shoes on? Is that what he's saying? If their boots were beside the door, no, because they said she had her boots on. Wait, I'm confused. This says their boots were found beside the door, but yet when they were first described as missing, Lily allegedly had pink boots on. That doesn't make sense to me. Yeah, me too, cutie pie. It don't take me long to get there. At all. Not at all. I mean, you know what I mean? So, that doesn't make any sense. Because I just read it right here, the description. Lily had on pink boots. Pink sweater, pink pants, pink boots. Jack was last seen wearing dinosaur boots. So they don't even know what shirt or anything that he had on at the time. Hang on, y'all. Yeah, something doesn't sound right, does it? At all. And when they talked about Jack being in those boots, there was another case that we talked about, right? And it had to do with boots. And a long time after the incident happened and the little boy they believe was swept away in the water, that she said that the boots weren't the boots that they found. It was really weird. I would have to go back over that case because it was really, really weird. Okay, so let me find out where I was. So he believed the kids opened the sliding glass door and went outside. He assumed that they went out back and went through the back fence and left the property. Had they ever done that before? Had they ever done that before? He immediately got into the car to go search nearby roads, culverts, rivers, and streams. About 10 minutes later, he goes back home and starts to search on foot. What is, yes, thank you, Zena. That was Dylan. Yes, and his dad is still looking. Absolutely. Okay. Canines, heavy urban search and rescue. Now we're going into May 5th. The RCMP interviewed the stepfather for hours. They stated at that time there was no evidence of foul play or abduction. They did not issue an Amber Alert, it was still considered a vulnerable person alert. There was no proof or any evidence that led them to believe that the children had been abducted. They believed at that time that they had wandered away from home. At that time, they did not believe them to be with any adults. Now, so the focus search actually initiated a child's boot print found near the Sullivan home. Of course, they concentrated the search effort into that area. Well, we're going to get into May 6th here. They found items during the search that included child clothing and a water bottle. The stepfathers told that these were not, I repeat, not items of Lily or Jack's. But law enforcement was like, well, whose are they then? Right? Well, this is the thing about it. I am not going to be the person who sits here and says that those children were not picked up and taken somewhere. Were they the type of kids who, you know, could easily be manipulated into getting into a vehicle? The sad thing is, with that being a possibility, look how long the parents allegedly waited to call 911, which says if they were picked up in a vehicle within an hour, they could be 60, 70 miles away. The parents stated that the children would talk to anyone. And that's sad, but children don't know no better. Children don't know no better. I watched somebody do a little experiment, right? And they had talked and had been talking to their young children about stranger danger and all that stuff. And they took them to a park and they set it up where this guy, you know, started talking about he lost a dog. Would some of these kids help him go find a dog? And they all did it. They all would have went with that man. Absolutely. Okay, so the items found in the area, the stepdad saying those don't belong to the kids. So on the 7th, for some reason, law enforcement wanted Daniel Martel's phone. He said he handed over his phone. Family at that time was not commenting. Law enforcement told them, please do not comment on any of this. On the 8th, they had aerial and tech assisted search. Now, On the 8th is when CPS is brought up. Stepdad did another interview, and he said that he drove, well, Mr. Martell's friend drove him to CPS office. He wanted to see his 16-month-old daughter. His request was denied. So let's look at that, right? Why would he have went to the CPS office? Why? Why of all places to go, the CPS office? I didn't hear anybody say CPS took the kids, the youngest daughter. Anybody else hear that? Anybody else hear that the young one did not stay with mom and was taken to CPS, into CPS custody? Why would he go to CPS? And why all of a sudden don't mom want anything to do with him? What happened? And with Summer's case, we don't know anything about what CPS was doing. We have not a clue what CPS was doing when they got involved with the Wells. We've had other people say that they heard the stories of CPS being involved over there, but we will never see any receipts on that. Right? So why CPS? Why CPS? I mean, fuck. Look at Dawn and Candace, and CPS didn't take the boys till the middle of July, right? A whole month. Let me tell you guys something. They watched what Dawn and Candace was doing the whole freaking time. Them getting on social media, acting the way they were, doing the things that they were doing. And the boys were there. They were there. And I do believe Don Wells to an extent when he says it could have been dangerous for my boys, because guess what? It could have been dangerous for his boys. There were all kinds of people coming up on that hill, wanting to ask questions, wanting to be their friends. So I do believe that part. I believe there's a lot more to that. A lot more to that, but I just know what I seen. So he's saying, I can't even see my daughter. Where was your daughter? Where was your daughter? Was she in the bed with you guys? Was she sleeping with you guys? I would think if Lily came into your bedroom a couple times, where was the youngest daughter? She must have been pretty quiet coming into that room if that little baby was laying there asleep, right? You hear the baby was taken. The baby is still with mom? Yeah, I don't know, I don't know. That's why I said, why of all places would he go is the CPS office? But I don't know. You guys know the way I think. You know how I think, for real. I always just have too many questions. Way too many questions. Okay, so They had every available resource was looking for these children. I agree, I agree. But I think it's probably in mom's benefit not to talk to anybody. I have an interview that she did. I am going to play it because I did find it on Facebook. Oh, yeah, I'll go ahead and play it what mom said. Okay, hold on, because I want to make sure. I want to make sure that y'all can hear this. So give me just a minute. All right, this is Jack and Lily's mother. And you guys should be able to hear this, I hope. Let me put my ear pod in here. Please, somebody throw a 1 in chat if you can hear it. Oh, no, wait, I can't even hear it. Sorry.
And I want them home. What happened was we woke up, I heard them playing in the next room beside us, and I was drifting in and out of sleep. And they're not the type of kids that we tell them not to go outside on their own. We always make sure that we're out there with them, watching them. And they happen to just get out that sliding door, and we can't hear it when it opens. And they were outside playing, but we weren't aware of it at the time. And the next thing we knew, it was quiet, and we get up and...
How did they know they were outside playing and wasn't aware of it at the time? What showed that they were outside playing? Huh. I mean, I get it, but I'm weird. I ask questions. I
tell him, my partner, Daniel, I tell him, do you hear the kids? And he says, no. And we get up instantly. We're looking outside. We're looking everywhere, yelling for them. And I instantly just call 911. I just had the instinct I needed to call. They're both really go-lucky children. They're so sweet. They talk to anyone. They'll talk your ear off. They will speak to anyone in a store. Everyone. They're just extremely sweet kids. I appreciate the huge...
So mom's making a statement, and in this statement, she's automatically telling everyone these kids will talk to anybody. They're friendly. They're friendly to people in a store. I'm kind of wondering if those weren't questions that maybe law enforcement immediately asked them. Are the kids friendly? Will they go to a stranger or with a stranger? So as she's doing this interview, I kind of see her laying it out in a way that law enforcement has asked her those things, and she thinks it's important to make sure everybody knows the answer to some of these questions already.
Huge search effort going on right now, but we've been pushing for an Amber Alert, which hasn't been issued. Not just that they could possibly be abducted, which it is a possibility that they could have been, but just an alert to let everyone know that they are missing. We had people text me saying that they weren't aware someone else let them know that they were missing, and it would just be nice if everyone could be alerted. We thought maybe that we found tracks, but it's still uncertain. It's been raining and they're probably soaking wet, but with the sun today, I'm hopeful that they are feeling warm. We're all filled with pain and sorrow because we just want them found. We want them home. Everyone loves them. They are definitely verbal, and they do have possible autism, but it's not extreme autism. It's just they have issues with school, and they don't catch up with the other kids. I just want to remain hopeful.
Okay, that
But there's
explains a
always,
lot.
in a mother's mind, you're always thinking the worst. Last night was one of the worst nights because I didn't have them in their beds. And I don't want to go through that another night without them.
Wow. That was a good interview. Okay. I don't know what to freaking think about it. Now, I did see where someone had mentioned a neighbor getting trail cams. I did go and listen to that interview. If that this is my thing. Had the neighbor been gone on vacation, had the neighbor, what took so long for the neighbor to go get that trail cam footage? Right? The neighbor's way down. Well, it didn't look like they really had, right. Well, the sad thing about it, if they're out in the elements, and I hate to say this, if they're out in the elements, the chances of survival is very, very low. Very, very low. So we've got children who are either out in this environment or in a totally different environment that's not a good environment. Well, they say, okay. Let's do it this way. Hold on. Uh-oh. What did I do? What did I do? I heard it. Okay. How far is it estimated that a child can walk? Okay. So we've got a 6-year-old child. Hold on, I'm Googling something. How far is it estimated that a child 6 years old, and don't forget, we got to think about the environment too. Okay. Listen to this. Now, don't forget, we got to put the environment in there, right? We got to put the environment, and I'll show you guys the environment. A lot of adults couldn't even walk through some of those areas. It's just so thick with brush, and I mean, they had a really hard time. but a 6-year-old is generally considered capable of walking 2 to 3 miles. Now, of course, it depends on the how fit they are, the terrain, weather conditions. That's why when we talked about summer, right? Do you guys think a child could walk 5 miles? They have to stay hydrated. These kids didn't have anything. Nothing to eat or drink at all, right? Hmm. Hang on a minute. I'm asking Google a question. Approximately. Oh, I don't know. Maybe I screwed that up. Let me get out of this tab. Sorry. Okay, so just a minute. We'll look at the area and stuff here in just a second. Okay. That's about all they have. That's about it. I've got a whole bunch of pictures right here. So this is, I want to try to get a really good picture of the backyard. Here's one. Okay, here we go. I got the pictures pulled up. Let me get out of there. Get off of there. Okay. That's the backyard. So if he's saying that they went through the fence in this backyard, you would think something in this area, they would have had to move this stuff. Where would they have gotten out? Maybe back here behind the shed. Maybe back there behind the shed. Here is the camper that's on the property. This is the camper that the stepdad's mother lives in, right? With her other son, you said, or something? What do you mean she said they'll be in Halifax water? Well, hold on. Let me go back to Facebook. Is it on her Facebook? I would have to pull my Facebook up again. Why did she say that? Oh my goodness. This was just, okay, wait a minute. Let me see if I can find what I'm looking for. Wait. So the mother changed her Facebook. All right. This is saying a lot. Mom changes her Facebook. Now, this was May 20th. She changed her Facebook. She was more concerned with distancing herself. Yeah, damn, I took your freaking wrench. I didn't mean to. Do you know how to drop that link, at all? Well, I'll get to it. So this is interesting to me that Mom changed her Facebook account. Why was immediately she trying to distance herself with this guy? Why is she so adamant to distance herself between her husband, partner, whatever? That's weird to me. But okay, this makes sense. So you've got stepdad who's out here. I want to find these kids. I'll take a lie detector test. Da 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 da. Well, I'll find it on Facebook. I got it wrote down. I'll find it. So you got stepdad out here acting like he's all concerned. I want these kids found. I need to show that I am not guilty of whatever they're saying that I did behind the scenes. Now, Mom is talking about him being abducted, but have you heard her asking for anyone to return them, right? Right? Debbie, what am I looking at? Oh, I don't need that.
Good morning, everyone.
I mean, I'll find it. Thank you, though. Thank you, ma'am. I'll pull it up because you guys know I like to pull my own stuff up, so I'll pull it up. I will pull it up, ma'am. Thank you very much. Thank you for sending it to me. Okay. So this is weird. Immediately after the kids went missing, mom deactivates her Facebook. Why would she do that? Her kids are missing. Why would she do that? Her kids are missing. Okay, sorry guys. Okay, so she deactivated. Okay, then she deactivates her Facebook. Her kids are missing. Why wouldn't she use her Facebook to say, hey, I need to find my kids? She changes her status to single and removed Daniel from her profile picture. Why? Why? I want to know. This will tell me everything. Well, not everything, but a lot. Because why is she taking this opportunity to completely cut all ties with that man? Why? If I'll just say this, if anything weird happens and they end up going to court over something, I can guarantee you she's laying the playing field right now that I'll tell on you. I will tell them every little part of your everyday life. Right? So the neighbor said that, kind of trap house-ish. I don't know. Wow. She had family photos and everything on that. Oh, interesting. On Daniel's Facebook, he never posted photos of Jack or Lily. He only posted photos with I don't know who Malaya is, and of his own 2 kids. Days after the children vanished, he changed his profile picture to a family photo. Deb, what is wrong with these people? What is wrong with these people? Wow. Someone does know something, you guys. For real. How fucking sad. That is so sad. What is wrong with these people? I think the kids were gone long time before they even did anything. For sure. Let me see if I can get a picture. This is the property with the road. That's the road right there. See it? Right there. Right there, right there. So if the kids... I don't know, you guys. Yes, I believe they were in the front yard. I don't believe they were in the backyard. I think they were in the front yard. I do. Just like they're mentioning right here. They think some people think they were probably in the front yard. Looking at this property, I think they probably were in the front yard too. They had to have been in the front yard for someone to pick them up on this road. And let me tell you guys this, looking at this property, if the kids were all the way down this driveway, if the kids were at the right up by the road, don't ever think that some weirdo would not take the possibility to try to get those kids, because look at the distance from the house. Even if one of the parents would have been watching, there's no way that they could get to the road. They would have to get in their car to chase the people, or there's no way that they could get quickly to the road to catch up if somebody wanted to take them. And the underbrush, and so let me see if I can find a good picture of the area. Here, let me come back to these pictures for a minute. That's the slider. Well, look at the gate right there. There's a gate. The gate is not finished. That makes more sense. Plus, right here in the corner, they could probably squeeze right through that. Because even though they have this up, it looks like it ends right there. They could have easily walked right. Look right there. Like its ward's starting to wear down. Wow. That's so sad. So sad. Well, it did seem like they did try to fence a lot of it off. Well, I don't know, y'all. Yeah, I mean, the parents are doing weird stuff. The parent is doing weird stuff. I will figure out what the colors of those maps is for. I will. What is that? Why do I have airline? Oh, the helicopters. These are the helicopters, you guys. The routes that the helicopters took is exactly what it is. Wow, that is so. I don't even know what to say. The little bit I've already found out. That I can guarantee you. What the little bit that I have found out is so questionable. So questionable. Mom uses the kids missing to wipe out the person that she had been with. We know she was with him 2 years. We know they were together 2 years because they moved into that trailer together. They lived there 2 years. I don't know how long they were together before that. But we do know that that is not Jack and Lily's dad, right? Stepdad. And he never posted any pictures with Jack and Lily? Only his own family? I don't get it. You never know. People are weird. And now he's a family man. He put his profile pic. He was with the family. Right. Right. Mom immediately says, "Get me away from this guy." And for some reason, I I guess we really don't know if the little girl's with the mom or in CPS custody. I don't know how CPS works in Canada. I'm not Canadian. I do not know. Zena is, I think. Okay. Why do people move in together without there being a bond with the children? Well, that's what's weird though, because they said they had lived there 2 years, right? 2 years, right? They had lived in the trailer for 2 years. Let me pull up them pictures back of the trailer again. These are a lot of pictures. It's the whole property. Wow, this case is freaking different, you guys. This case is totally different. We don't actually know when they went missing. But I think somebody had to notice the freaking kids were missing. There was 4 adults on that property. 4 adults on that property. Right? That's true, Poppy. But he worked at the sawmill. He worked at the sawmill. Sad, isn't it? Very sad, isn't it? I don't know. All right. I'm going to get into this case a little bit more. I'm going to get ready to get off here. Anything else I need to look up? I'm going to pull up the grandma's Facebook. Thank you for sending me that link. I'll use it that way I can see where I need to go and find all that stuff. But as of right now, Mom and Stepdad are both doing weird stuff. I don't understand unless CPS maybe took the baby because 2 children are already missing until I'm just not sure about that, you guys. I am not sure about that, but I will check into it for real. For real. I don't know, you guys. I don't know. But I am gonna definitely get that pulled up and we'll look at it. It's a beautiful day out. I'm gonna go hang out and do my thing. We got a few things we got to take care of anyway. Just to hang out and get some shit done day, you know? For real. For real. Put my ear pods in and go hang out in my yard. But I don't know. This case is. But how would the grandmother know where they were at? How would the grandmother know where they're going to be found? How would the grandmother know that? Because don't forget, the woman that was living on the property with them was his mother and brother. You get assistance till your child is 5 and then they chase you to get work. Yeah, I don't know how a lot of those systems work. I don't. I've had so many different jobs in my life. There's probably some of them I forgot, to be honest. For sure. It's what you got to do to survive. For sure, for sure. Generational. Yeah, it's like that in a lot of places, generational people on assistance. And there's just some people who know how to beat the system, I guess, you know? System workers. They get paid more than most, don't they? They get paid more than most. For sure. But yes, I will pull up the mother's Facebook. I'll make sure I pull up all of their Facebooks. We'll look at all of them. I can't sit here and say if mom and dad are innocent or guilty. I can't do that. I really can't. But why are they fucking worried about what each other's doing? The kids are missing and they're more worried about their little fuck shit on Facebook. That's not right. And she wants to get away from him. Why? She must think that he could possibly be guilty of something. And I think he knows, I really think he knows that they're looking at him for some reason. Hang on, I gotta see what that noise is. It's driving me crazy. Oh my God. Oh, I'll tell you guys something. No, I ain't gonna tell you nothing. Hey, crazy chicken lady. Thank you, ma'am. Yeah, I definitely want to say that. Happy Memorial Day to all the vets out there. Have a beer. There will be a lot of intoxicated veterans today, my friends, for sure. And walked off, found him in a shed. Yes, yes, yes. They could still be in that area. But the stepdad just said weird shit like, didn't he say something about, oh, it's a white backpack, but it's probably brown from the mud right now? Or some shit like that. I think they kind of thought that was strange, right? I think so. For sure, for sure. Hello, Janice. Absolutely, Debbie. Absolutely. Condolences to everyone. Little Dove, where you been? Where you been, lady? Oh, that's a good point. Maybe they walked to the bus stop. That is a good point. That's a really good point. Let me get back into my timeline. See, that didn't make any sense to me because they described, it says their boots were found in the boots were found beside the door. But then they said that Lily had on pink boots and Jack had on dinosaur boots or something, right? That doesn't make any sense to me. And didn't they say something about Jack having a pull up on? The boot print, let me find it. What did it say about the boot print? Was found in the yard, right? Okay. See, that's what gets me because the baby that we're talking about, that is his and her daughter, is 16 months old. So she's not a newborn. She's 16 months old. Where was the 16-month-old baby? In bed with them? Would have to be in a room where if she was sleeping that Lily and Jack couldn't wake her up, right? Because if they can hear them playing around in the kitchen area, living room area, I don't know. Probably nothing important, but just came to my mind. Lots of activity at the cemetery. Yeah, yeah, for sure. I'm not sure, Deb. Bye. For sure. But we'll get it. We'll get more into it. We shall get more into it. What am I doing here? Hang on. Hang on. Oh, wait, I screwed up. I'm doing something. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Go back to it. I'll try to do something here. Hold on. Okay. All right. We will talk about this case again. I just wish I had good news on it. For sure. For sure. So they only lived together 2 years? That's why I want to kind of look at their Facebooks. I'm going to kind of look at their Facebooks but if he didn't have any pictures, then he didn't talk about them, right? Why is that? I also want to look into the dad also. The kids' dad. But something don't smell right for sure. Yeah, that's true, Poppy. They could have told him, go outside and play. Go outside and play. So, but I am going to have a nice, peaceful afternoon. I don't care who I can hear hollering. For real. Believe me, I am not trying to live rent-free in anybody's head. I evicted myself from that fucking head years ago. Okay? I evicted myself. Don't plan on moving back in there. Fucking weird. Weird. 7 p.m. Give a woot woot. Woot woot. No, she's either talking to Lips or she's talking about Lips. I heard her. I heard you. Hey, Lips. Oh my God, I don't care. Jesus help me. Why do people want me to fucking care? I don't care about none of it. None of it. Oh, I won't, Debbie. I won't. I mean, this is the thing. Listen to me, YouTube. Let me live my life. For real. If you don't fucking like me, don't talk about me. Don't want my attention. Stop it. Stop it. It's like, Jesus, jeez, Jeezy Louise. I mean, the only thing I can really let them all know, I don't like them. I don't like them. I don't like them. I don't. None whatsoever. No need to talk about them. And that's the thing. Leave me alone. I don't want to talk about you people. Who in the fuck in their right mind thinks that I need to go over to channels and listen to any fucked up thing you say about me? And stop screaming across the motherfucking street. Everybody hears you. It's like nobody gives a fuck what phone conversations you're having or who you're talking about. I don't care. Lord have mercy. Leave me fucking alone. I don't care that you're all hate bonding with each other. Look at what y'all are doing to other people. Y'all of y'all. I know you guys are like, you do shit to each other and try to pull other people into it. And then the person you pull into it is the one who gets fucking hollered about. Not you guys. For real. It's ridiculous. I'm not playing that fucking game. I don't care enough about you people. That's the last time I'm fucking saying it. I don't care. Get a fucking hobby. It's ridiculous. It really is. I mean, fuck. That is a fucking problem. It is a problem if somebody lives every moment of their life talking about somebody else. And I'm talking hours, hours, not just here and there, not just normal talk shit about people stuff. Hours, fucking hours. And the thing about it is, fucking people like Lips, they instigate her. Oh, remain calm. Oh, remain calm. Oh, remain calm. Fucking shut up. Shut the fuck up. My favorite words. Shut the fuck up. Jesus. Nobody cares. Nobody fucking cares. But no. I don't need to go anywhere and hear people talk shit about me. I'm getting it in my real life. I'm suffering enough right now. Y'all leave me be. Leave me fucking be. I'm telling you. I'm tired of it. And I'm tired of saying I'm tired of it. I really am. It's like, what the fuck? Lips is fucking lips. Lips will always be lips. It doesn't matter who says what about lips. I don't care what anybody says about lips either. I don't care what anybody says about none of them. I don't. Fucking negative Nancy's. Y'all need to start the hate bonding negative Nancy's. That's what you can be called. There, you have your own cult. You got your own cult now. Hate bonding negative Nancy's. There you go. There you go. Even throw a couple Karens into your group. How about that? You guys, I can't, it's fucking stupid. I don't know how anybody lives like that. I don't know how anybody lives with negativity every day. Every day. All day, every day. I'll tell you what, you say one nice thing about me before you call me a name, and I'll be good with it. For real. I don't care if y'all think I lie. I don't care if you think I cheat. I don't care if you think I steal. I don't care if whatever you want to think. I really don't care. I don't care. So why am I so important? I don't want to be important to you people. For real. And you guys need to just stop. I'm not bickering back and forth with you guys. Anybody believe whatever they want to believe. For real. I don't care what anybody says about me. If you want to believe it, believe it. If you don't, don't. If you want to ask me about it, ask me about it. But other than that, I'm moving on down my lane. I know. Fucking tired of it. It is a crazy place. It is. Very much so. But what I always say is, if you don't want to hear people saying bad stuff about you, don't watch them. Don't watch them. That's all you got to do. Oh, cool. Yeah, I was appreciative she come over and had a chat. For real, yeah, Andrew's wife come up on panel, and at first I thought it was him. I was going to give him hell. I was like, Andrew, and it was his wife. I was like, okay. Yeah, I mean, I believed everything she said. I appreciated her coming up and having that conversation with me. I did. For sure. It was pretty cool. But I mean, she answered a lot. A lot of people are probably like, oh my God, she didn't say anything about this or that. Because in the long run, I mean, it really doesn't matter what she says as far as the Tennessee stuff because somebody's going to call her a liar anyway, right? Because that's how YouTube is. It's not a good story if there's not 20,000 things added to it, right? Sometimes the simplest things are, what happened? Nope. I'll have a conversation with anybody as long as I'm not having to listen to screaming and hollering, and it can be a civilized conversation. For sure. But most of these people you can't have a conversation with anyway, because they don't like to answer the questions, so they'll argue over it. So, and you know what? This is the way these people are too. They never do anything to you. They never do anything to you. Everything that is done, you do to them. That's the way they are. Believe me. Lesson learned. There's a lot of lessons to be learned on YouTube. For sure. But I don't care. I mean, the thing about it is they honestly, at some point, thought I cared. And I got to remind them, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about none of it. What I say, I say. What I mean, I mean. For sure. But, I kind of called it before it even happened. We just didn't think that it was going to happen so soon. We figured it was going to happen, like right around summer's anniversary and maybe going on until, I don't know, I gave it till August, but it happened sooner. I watched all of that happen before, believe it or not. I watched it all happen before. So, I'm just saying. But I really didn't I still don't give a fuck. I don't care. I really don't care what anybody's fighting about. I don't. For sure. So they all just need to make up and stop. Stop it and make back up. For sure. Happy. Be happy. Be happy. Quit being so sad. Well, everybody else can have the drama. And no, remain calm doesn't do drama because I'm scared to do drama. I don't do drama because I don't fucking do drama. I'm going to pick and choose my own fucking battles. For real. I am. And I don't know if I've ever really. No, there's a couple times I got feisty. I can't even remember what about, though. There's so much shit I let roll off my shoulders. I just let it roll off my shoulders. I don't even talk to these people. I've never had a conversation with any of those people over there except for Lips. That's the only person I ever had a conversation with, for sure. And, they can do all the rock gut shit and say all the rock gut shit they want to say about me, but what are they wanting me to say about it? For real. For real. I ain't running around defending myself. You think I'm a fucking liar? Think I'm a liar. I'm not here to convince people to believe that whatever you want to believe. Believe whatever you want to believe. I just, whatever. Oh, I've been watching the stress levels. You better believe it. You better believe it. But people do need to realize this is my real life. And, y'all don't have to have that shit living across the street from you and continuously hearing what a naughty person you are and I did this or I did that. I mean, please don't care about me. Don't care what I'm doing. Don't care what I'm saying. Don't care where I'm going. Don't care if my fucking yard is mowed or not. I will send you the bill for the last 2 times I had to get it mowed by somebody, though. Uh, and, what the fuck? You're all, I mean, what the fuck? What the fuck? I wish my life was exciting. For real. I wish it was exciting. But it's not. I'm sorry, you guys. My life isn't exciting. What do you want me to do to make it more exciting for you guys? So that way, when you spend 8 hours a day on the phone talking about me, I can give you something good to talk about. For real. But they're going to do what they're going to do. They're going to say what they're going to say. And guess what? I'm going to keep on trucking over here. There's more things to talk about than you people. So stop it. I don't want to talk about you people. Okay? But every time you guys talk bad about me, you need to drop my link in that chat. Drop my link in that chat. Because a lot of people don't know me. They don't know who you're talking about. So make sure you drop my link. That way they know to come over here because I'm the one you guys want to talk shit about. How about that? How about that? If you're going to fucking use me, for real. I know my life is boring. Well, I think it's more boring now. And I can't wait till I'm more comfortable leaving, Once I can, you know, because I go places, but I don't stay gone very long. I don't know. I still kind of freak out a little bit, but it's all right. I'm getting through it. But no, believe me, I don't even like hanging out at my own fucking house, putting up with that shit. It's fucking ridiculous. Ridiculous. Nothing exciting. But I am going to get off here. I've been on here 2 hours. Yeah, I'd rather be laid back. I would rather be laid back, for real. Yeah, we probably will go somewhere later. I'm not going to sit here all day and listen to bullshit when it ain't even my bullshit. For real. I mean, ridiculous. All right. Jack and Lilly Sullivan, missing since allegedly May 2nd. Nova Scotia, not been found. Parents doing weird things, acting outwardly. Does that send up a red flag automatically? But I'll pull up Grandma's Facebook and we'll get that pulled up, and we will pull up Mom and Dad's. It's just that you have to look at it too. Does that really even mean anything? It there's yeah. Yes, yeah. Yeah. Why would Mom get away from him very quickly? We will find out. I will dig into it more. All right. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out. I do appreciate you. And like I said, H, don't take it personal. I'm out of jail. I just don't have a lot of people over here. And, everybody's really cool in chat. We don't argue and bicker and fight and say shit about each other. And, oh, thank you, Zena. Thank you so much. Zena just gifted a membership. Hopefully somebody got it. But we're going to continue to do what we've always done over here. We're going to talk about true crime cases. We're going to have some fun. You guys are all grown adults. Please go watch who you want. Whatever you want to do, you are grown. You are grown ass adults. Okay? I do not care where you go. I do not care who your friends are. I don't care. I don't care. For real. No, I don't like it when people say bad things about other people. Absolutely not. For sure. Oh, well, bless you, H. Bless you, bless you. I mean, I do want to be in remembrance of who I've lost, but then again, I don't want my mind to go there today. I really don't. And the thing about social media, I mean, not all of you, but some of them people, they didn't even allow me to really grieve Todd dying, because they were saying horrible things. I was trying to grieve, and they were too busy making shit up. To do what? Hurt my feelings? If everybody thinks they got so much power over Remain Calm, swing. Don't threaten. Don't threaten to do it. By all means, do it. I would love it. Because I'm going to commentate on it. Now, that'd be good. That'd be really good. For real. Commentate on my own shit. I should do that. That would probably be pretty fun. My grandma always said, if they don't love you by now, that's right. They never will. I don't want them to love me. I do not want any love from any of them. None at all. I'd rather they hate my guts. I would rather they all hate me. For real. Yeah, I am. I probably wouldn't even have brought it up today, except for over there fucking hollering and whatever the fuck she's saying. It's ridiculous. It is fucking ridiculous. And don't think I'm going to go say anything to her. I have nothing to say to her. Nothing. I don't know why it's so insistent that I pay attention to it. I don't want to pay attention to it. Fucking weird shit, man. But I ain't gonna quit saying fucking stop it. I'm saying fucking stop it. For real. But I am gonna go. I got things to do. People to call. No, not about fucking anything on YouTube. My thing is, what people need to realize, I don't spend every day on YouTube. I don't. Most of the time when I get off my computer, I shut my computer off. I shut it off. That's why people never see me in comments, because I'm watching on my TV. And that's what I'm doing. For real. Did Phil Robertson die, Zena? Wow. For sure. Rest in peace, Phil Robertson. I hope everybody is having a good time in the afterlife. For real. For real. I don't know. I don't know. But yes, I will be pulling up more on Jack and Lily. So we will be talking about them again. I hope they find them, but the area and stuff is so thick, and I don't know. I mean, there's just so many different directions you can take it. But I do agree when someone said something about being in the front yard. That made sense to me. That made sense to me. But I'll dig in more to it. So, but I'm glad you guys come over to talk about it. And I promise I will get more into it. I know that you guys know different things, especially on Facebook. Absolutely. You guys can send me links to my email too, if you know how to do it. But usually, if you just tell me where to find it, I'll pull it up, and then I pull it up myself instead of using another creator's content. I try to pull stuff up on my own. That way I have it. For sure. I just don't, I don't like, well, whatever. Whatever. Yeah. I mean, who else could take a duck call and become a freaking billionaire off of a duck call? Fascinating. Yeah, Zena, holler at me. Oh, thank you guys. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. It's weird, and I've said this before. I just am the type of person that, yeah, I was in the military. I mean, I did my training, went to my duty stations or whatever, but I never had to go to I never had to go to serve our country, I'll say. I never went through what all those other people had to go through. And so I definitely will step down in that situation out of respect. It's just out of respect. I mean, I went through some really messed up stuff when I was in the military. I think I talked about it a little bit, but I went through some really messed up shit. But it still wasn't anything like, our men and women have had to go through. It was a different time for me, I'll say that. A different time for me. So, well, I know I served my country. Yes, I was never deployed to war. So I don't know. I'm just like that. I'm just freaking like that, you guys, for real. I'm just like that. I don't, I would rather thank them. People don't have to thank me. They don't. Because being deployed is something totally different. You do what you're trained to do. Worse than the shit I had to put up with, but I put up with some shit. I really did. And we will talk about it one day. Not today, though. So, prayers for Jack and Lily Sullivan. And I will catch you guys later. I got so much to do tomorrow. I got to leave early in the morning, and I know it's going to take me half the day to do what I need to do. But I'm going to do it only because I'm fucking tired. So, time to nip this shit in the bud again. I'm over it. But I will catch you guys later. So peace out. Have a good day, everybody. Thank you, veterans. We applaud you. You guys go and have a peaceful day. Have a peaceful day. For real. All right. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Later.